Here we are at Poets Walk. Hey everybody, if you have watched a movie with Poets Walk in it, comment below. Let me know what movie you love that has this part of the park. It's really famous in a lot of movies. When I was watching What Maisie Knew, it was really exciting to see them in the park, in Central Park. And I've often wondered when and if and how I will live anywhere else if I'm just going to break out in tears when I see all of these things that are my daily backdrop, if I see them just in a movie and not in real life. And that's why I'm out here. That's why I'm walking. That's why me and GoPro. That's why we're here together. I'm wondering if any of you GoProers out there have perfected your walk with the body chest harness. Do any of you, have you done like a meditative walk? Bending your knees slightly, gliding your feet across the street. If you found a way to make it more smooth, do you slow your pace? Do you slow your pace? Do you walk really slow? You may or may not have heard what the woman behind me said, but she said, the city is slowly waking up. Yep, I can feel it. There was a time when she was like Sleeping Beauty, in her induced coma by the powers that be. But now, Sleeping Beauty is tossing in her bed. She's putting on her lipstick, and she's ready for the prince to kiss her. But for New York City, what does that mean? And in my opinion, one of the greatest kisses that the city needs to receive is for Broadway to return. The magical way of Broadway. The magic that people come to see. Who are the Broadway performers? They're people with really big dreams who made it happen. They're people with enormous hearts, with feelings that are as deep as the sea. These people who stand and sometimes for 10 years sing the same song. It's because they've connected with the reality that all of us need to be more present, need to express our feelings, and need to be alive. Yes, Broadway makes New York City a lot of money, but that's not why those performers need to return to the stage. It's because we as a people need to be reminded every day of our big, enormous hearts. And with these big, beautiful hearts, how can we feel? How can we express? How can we open up to touch another living soul? And if you've ever watched a Broadway show and cried, it's because that performer took the risk to open their heart so you can take the risk to open yours. So in my opinion, the big kiss that New York City as Sleeping Beauty needs is the kiss from the return to Broadway. Yeah, I know that blue thing is not so pretty. Isn't that the way it is? Behind the scenes of every beautiful thing, of every painting, every actor, every novelist, every garbage collector, anybody who has a job and does it well, if you could only see behind the scenes. The painter's studio, what a mess, right? All day long, the garbage collector makes the city beautiful, but when he gets home, he's got a shower to take, maybe longer than most of ours. Beauty is always produced with lots of, getting your hands dirty, so to speak. Whenever you've seen a raw diamond, it doesn't look like much. And who would pay $25,000 for that piece of rock? But when the expert puts all the work into cutting it, it reveals what's inside. And the shards are left on the floor. And who knows, maybe a diamond cutter, maybe his fingers are raw. Maybe they have calluses, I don't know. But usually, behind all of the beautiful things is so much work and tears and arguments and discussions and planning and strategy. Things don't just happen. They don't just happen. And I brought that up just because as I was looking at all the beauty around me, I also saw, the blue tarp that's covering something, perfunctory. I don't know what was under there, but it served a purpose, right? But it wasn't part of the postcard. And with social media today, we're all trying to share the postcard, right? The one scene of maybe it took you 31 days to buy the dress and fix the cake and get the camera and set up the tripod. And you made this beautiful image on Instagram. I often want like all of the Instagrammers just to turn the camera about 3 feet to the left. In my opinion, there's a bunch of boxes and bits and bobs and, just like that blue tarp. Not so pretty, but useful and important. And that's where the journey and the destination comes. Each one of us taking a journey, and it's often not pretty, but sometimes the results can be magical if we're willing to stick in, if we're willing to stay on the path, if we're willing to recognize that to create beauty, we have to grow. And oftentimes, growth is very painful. Oh, here we are again. This is where I sat in the snow and someone was videotaping me. They're right here. One day I'll watch it on Twitch. This is called the Playmates Arch. There are many little bridges like this. It's funny, when you think of a bridge, you think it takes you from one piece of land to another